Welcome to this segment of the program. Inuarata Nosahai is my name. I drive workplace effectiveness. And in that light today, we are going to be looking at 5 great ways to help your boss. 5 great ways to help your boss. Now, your boss needs you. You also need your boss. Your boss needs you to be able to achieve his objectives, his goals, and the things he wants to do. Your boss needs he needs to trust you. Your boss needs your cooperation. Your boss needs to be able to rely on you. It is so important that you are positioned to see that you are able to help your boss. Now, practically, when you are helping your boss, you are actually helping yourself. When you are helping your boss, you are actually helping yourself. For example, if you have an idea, if you have a proposal that you want to push in the system, in the workplace, no matter how viable or good that idea or proposal may be, if your boss refuses to endorse it, it may not see the light of day. And so when you are helping your boss, you are actually helping yourself. So what we are going to be doing today is to look at 5 great ways you can help your boss. 5 great ways. And number 1 is know his performance expectations. Know his performance expectation. What does your boss want from you? What does he want you to do? Don't assume you know it. Be very sure about it. Be very specific about it. Know his performance expectations. British businessman Harold S. Ginny said, it is an indisputable law in business that words are words, excuses are excuses, promises are promises, performance is your only reality. So know his performance expectation. What does your boss want from you? Now, there are some bosses that are quite specific on what they want. Then we also have those other ones that are quite vague. Then we also have situations whereby, the systems that have been put in place in some workplace to communicate expectations doesn't really work well. So the onus now lies on you for you to ensure that you are able to you are able to know your boss' performance expectation. You could just write, a memo containing key parts of your job. You present it to him. He goes through. He may just make 1 or 2 corrections, make 1 or 2 additions, and at the end of the day, you now exactly know what he wants. There are also cases whereby, if his expectations, his performance expectations seems to be vague, you can also make inquiries from those colleagues that worked with him before. Those subordinates that worked with him before, maybe they are now in other departments, or they have been, probably they've even resigned, but you have their contacts. Ask them, make inquiries from them. How does he want his job done? How does he, want things to be presented? Ask them so that you can be very, very sure on your boss' performance expectation, and through there you'll be positioned to help him achieve it. It's so important you do that. Then secondly, it is also important you get to know your boss' strengths and weaknesses. Your boss is a human. He has his human side. He is not almighty. He has his strengths, he has his weaknesses. And it is your responsibility as a subordinate under that boss, or a team member under that boss, it is your responsibility to cover his weaknesses. There are some aspects of work that his strength may not be able to handle. In short, that is why you were employed, to come and fill the gap, to cover his weaknesses. So understand his strength, understand his weaknesses, and then make sure that you are positioned to cover those weaknesses. Like I said, he's a human being. He sure has his human side. He has his weaknesses. And you need to know them to be able to know how to cover, these weaknesses. 5 great ways to help your boss. Number 1, know his performance expectation. Number 2, know his strengths and his weaknesses. Then number 3, understand his work styles. Different bosses have different work styles. Understand his work style. Everybody have their unique way of, of approaching things, their own special ways of doing their job. Understand his work style. If we are to look at it from the angle of giving back a report to your boss, on assignments that were given to you, there are some bosses, they are listeners. Then we also have those that are readers. Now, the listeners are those bosses that doesn't bother much. When they give you an assignment, when they give you a task, they just, meet you face to face and ask you, how did it go? And they just listen to you. You tell them, okay, this is what happened, that happened, this didn't happen, and this is where we are. Immediately, they give you suggestions, and then we move. That is their approach to work. Then they also now have the readers. The readers, before you give them feedback, everything must be documented. Line upon line, precept upon precept. How it went must be documented. The readers will now create special time to read through that documented feedback. They look at every word, they prepare their questions, and then they invite you later, for a one-on-one conversation, and then things move to the next level. You need to understand your boss work style. This is so important. Then, when it also comes to decision making, there are some bosses that, they believe in your capacity to make good decisions as long as it's in the best interest of the organization or system. After you have made the decision, you can later tell them, this is what I did, and this was the outcome. They don't have any problem with that. But we have those bosses whereby, before you make any decision on the task you have been assigned, you must always touch base with them. This is how they work. You must carry them along by way of them making contribution to the decision you will make. This is how they work. So you need to understand the work styles of your boss in order for you to help him effectively. Then number 4, understand his pressures. Your boss also do have pressures. The pressure may just be a marriage pressure. The pressure could just be a sick child. The pressure could be health pressure. The pressure could be that he may be doing his master's or doing his PhD, academic pressure, different kinds of pressures. And another pressure could just be the pressure from his own boss. You could have a boss that has a boss, and there could be target given to him by his boss within a very limited time. You need to understand these pressures so that you know how to come into the equation and be able to make sure that at the end of the day, you help him out. You are there to help him. 5 great ways to help your boss. We are on number 4, which is understand his pressures so that you know how to help him out. You are there to help him out and make sure indeed you are a helper in reality. Then number 5, as we begin to move towards conclusion this morning, is for you to be self-aware. A philosopher said, man, know thyself. The unexamined life is not worth living. Man, know thyself. In this regard, know you. What are those things you have done or you are doing that is not really helping you to help your boss? Now, note them and press the delete button on them. Stop them, avoid them. Then what are those things you have done, that you are doing, that you can do, that will also help, that is helping you to help your boss? You need to continue on those ones that you have been doing, and then those ones you can also do, to help you to continue to help him. Find them out and then see how you can help your boss push things to the next level. Like I said, practically, when you are helping your boss, you are actually helping yourself. I gave an explanation just now that if you have an idea or a proposal that is so viable, so wonderful, if your boss is not endorsing it, it may not see the light of day. And so you're helping your boss can actually help him to help you. You are there to help him, achieve his goals and objectives, and in the process, you are also helping yourself. I'm so confident that you have received profound value today. My phone numbers are right there on the screen. Call me. Let's see how we can take this conversation to the next level. Have a training session for your team. Have a training session for your people. Have a training session with you. My phone number, the first one is 080 66 86 5060. Take it just one more time. 080 66 86 5060. Then the second one is 080 529 29120. 080 292929120. I'll be seeing you next time. And when I come, I will say be Inuarata no Sahai. God bless you.